Oh, what's up, dude? Um, I heard you into the whole like workout thing, and like I was wondering if you could tell me how I can get my toes to be less fat, cause I just don't like it. They're so stubby and fat, and like maybe tone up my arms a little, maybe my chest. My chest's nice and toned, just a little tone. I don't want to get too big. I know if I work out too hard, I'll get too big, and girls don't like that. I just want to get a nice tone. Well, I mean, to be honest, you can't really spot reduce, and it's kind of weird to want fat off of a very specific area of your body, but that's not really how fat loss works. And you can't really get too big as a natural, so here's what you actually. Shut the fuck up, RJ. Just shut the fuck up. You're not even huge, bro. And yes, you can spot reduce toe fat. I'm gonna go buy a V-Shed program and get fucking ripped toes and get toned but not too big. Shut the fuck up. You're not even huge. Wow. I can honestly say that I think that was a little bit of an overreaction. But, man, you pity them, right? You can't help but pity guys like that. They just think they know everything and they don't want to sit down and learn. But when he fails to get ripped toes and toned, he's going to come back begging for help. And I'm not going to feel like doing it. If only there is some way, something out there to help people like that. Some kind of a guide. Something like a guide.
Coming up, looking out, I'll survive, no doubt. Never fear, bring it on, break it down, what's in my way?
RJ's Lifter.
Survival guide. The results may vary.
So, getting started. When you're first getting started, you want to know three things right off the bat. Three things that you need to figure out. One is your resources, two is your goals, and three is your time. So, step one, figuring out your resources. What I mean by resources is how much money can you spend on fitness? If you can't afford a gym membership or equipment, then in all likelihood you're going to have to, well, logically speaking, you're going to have to do calisthenics. If your goals, which is the second step, aligns with what calisthenics can give you, then that's what you should do. When you're analyzing your resources, you just have to be logical like that. So now we're on to discussing your goals. Now, I'm going to lay out some scenarios just as examples. I'm going to let you use your brain to figure out what your goals are and what would best align with yours because I trust your intelligence and I'm not going to undermine it. Let's say you just want to be big. You want to be big. All that matters is getting big. You want to be huge, okay? Cardio doesn't exist in your world because you just want to be big, right? You don't want to do cardio. You don't want to do anything like that. I don't think that's a great goal to have. Being big is nice, but ultimately, if you get too big, as in fat, that sort of detracts from your health. But okay, if that's what you want, it's a free country. You would probably be best served getting a gym membership or buying a very expensive home gym set. And you would want to consume a calorie surplus the majority of the time and train very hard very frequently, while still, of course, recovering because you can't do anything if you don't recover. Here's another scenario. You just want to look good for the girls. You don't want to get too big, as if that's possible naturally. You just want to get in better shape, maybe 10 to 20% better than you are now. Well, you don't need to go to a gym. You don't need to buy anything. Realistically, if that's your goal, you can do calisthenics at home and just eat in a slight caloric deficit, which means you eat less than you need to maintain your current weight. So you're going, right? You don't need to spend any money on anything other than buying food, which you will be buying less of, logically speaking. So If that's your goal, then don't buy anything. Just do some calisthenics at home. There are really great calisthenics channels on YouTube like Fitness FAQs, that bald guy, I forgot his name, he's always wearing the blue shorts. But there are a lot of great resources for that. You've taken the Scooby pill and you just want to look good and be healthy and be very fit. Well, you would train very hard, very frequently. You would do regular cardio pretty much every day, maybe taking a day off every now and then. You will be dedicated to your craft for 30 to 40 years, or as long as you live, and you will look good, you'll be big, and you'll be healthy. That sort of aligns with what my personal goals are. I don't care about being the biggest guy in the room. Acid reflux. As much as I care about being as healthy and as happy as I can be. And part of my happiness is looking good, getting the guns, and being able to run and do whatever I want. Use common sense and logic to determine what your goals are and what would align with your goals. If you want to be strong, train more of a powerlifter style. Train strongman after you've done powerlifting for a while. If you want to be big, train like a bodybuilder, but not like a stupid bodybuilder. If you want to be healthy, have a mixture of both. I trust that you will make a good decision if you just trust yourself. Use your logic and make the right choice, and don't fall for fitness industry bullshit. I'm going to provide some examples of how time management can differ between different athletes. Me personally, training for a marathon currently, I have to dedicate a lot of time to running, 3+ hours at times. So usually I will do those long runs on my off days when I have plenty of free time. And I'll hit a strength workout after that. So I have to dedicate a lot of time to fitness at the moment. But I don't mind it because I love it. And that's what I wanted to do. I chose to do this. At the end of the day, this is your choice. And you should choose whatever you love, because ultimately that's what you will stick to. That's what you'll be happy doing. And there's nothing more important than your happiness. A typical bodybuilding or calisthenics workout shouldn't take much longer than an hour, maybe an hour 30 if you have plenty of free time and you just want to have fun with it. Text your friends and do stuff on your phone, just have a good time. If you're supersetting and you're doing everything right in your calisthenics or bodybuilding training, it shouldn't take much longer than that. If you're training primarily for strength, really as a beginner, you won't ever spend 2 or 3 hours in the gym, at least you shouldn't. Now, as a beginner, you really shouldn't be spending a long time in the gym because you don't need to. You'll make gains being in there, hitting hard sets for a few compound exercises and being out the door. You don't need to do 4 or 5 sets of isolation for each body part. No one needs to do that, let alone a beginner. And I will tackle traps like that in the future in this series, where they try to trap beginners into doing ridiculous workouts. But for you, a beginner, time management in terms of how long your workout should take, it's fairly simple. Follow the program, and if they call for supersets, superset. If they say 3 to 5 minutes of rest, get your 3 to 5 minutes of rest. If you're running a program and it takes you 2 or 3 hours to do it, it's not the right program. Don't do it. That will conclude the first episode of the New Lifter Survival Guide. In our next episode, we'll be talking about programs. I'm going to help you find the right program for you based off the 3 things we discussed today. Now, take care and good luck. Auf Wiedersehen.